Hi, my name is Bob and welcome to the Homestead, y'all. Well, it's finally time to plant our 2023 monster tomato plants. We have our towers ready. They're up 16 feet tall. I've tightened all my guy wires, checked everything, so we're safe, and that way they're safe enough to hold all the weight from these plants. Because when these plants get 16 feet tall and they're loaded with tomatoes, there's a lot of weight on them. But there's a couple things that I'm doing different this year. I've been missing an opportunity all summer long to build our soil. You know, if you've watched our monster tomato grows in the past, I come in, I chop and drop our cover crop seed, our cover crops, and then lay landscape fabric down. That keeps the weeds down and that helps hold in moisture. But I've been missing an opportunity to help build the soil all summer long. So this year I decided to go ahead and put leaves down. I'm not putting landscape fabric down. I just bagged up a whole bunch of leaves and I've just put about a 5 or 6 inch layer of leaves. I'm going to come over top of that and put wood chips down. And then this fall, I'll go ahead and spread my cover crops right on top of the wood chips and the leaves, the seeds, and then cover the seed up with a thin layer of compost. And that way we're going to build our soil all summer long. Animals are hollering a little bit, but not as bad as they have been. This is like my 5th take. I finally got smart and fed a bunch of them so that way they'd stay away. Every time I fire the camera up here on the homestead, the chickens and the guineas and everything goes to holler, and they come. There won't be a guinea within sight, and as soon as I get to start talking, there'll be 10 guineas around me. But this year we're going to be growing sweet 100s. Of course, that's my favorite to grow out here in the monster tomato grow, and normally we grow an Amish paste or some kind of paste tomato. But this year I'm going to grow one of our own tomatoes that we've been breeding for the last 3 years. We're trying to stabilize the seed. It was a hybrid originally. It's called a midnight snack. So we've been trying to stabilize that to where we can get an heirloom variety, which means that it produces the same tomato year after year. There goes the peacock. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. This will be my 4th year breeding these. The original seeds we started with, we got from a couple up in Kentucky. They'd grown them that year, so it was a hybrid seed when they planted it. And we got the hybrid seed, the tomatoes, off the hybrid plant. So it's been doing well for the last 3 years. It's done great. It's kept the characteristics that we're wanting. So I thought I would try it this year in our monster tomato grow. So I'll grab the camera, I'll show you what I've done off camera as far as putting the leaves down, and we'll go ahead and we're going to get this grow started. Okay, we're going to start with our midnight snack. Another thing I did off camera, I put about 5 gallons of water all on the spot right here on each one of them where we're planting our tomato plants. We haven't had rain in about 10 days now, so I wanted to make sure there's plenty of moisture in the soil. We're just going to dig down and put 1 tablespoon of our back guano, feather meal, and BioLive like we do every year. That's a 1/2 tablespoon. Here's another 1/2. We'll mix that in a little bit, and this will give our plants a little bit of a boost until the roots have time to get into the healthy soil. Once they get into the healthy soil, we're not too worried about it. Because there's plenty of nutrients in the soil, so I'm not worried about once the roots get big enough. But until then, I want them to have enough nutrients to get started and gives them a good little boost. Alright, there's our first plant of 2023. I wanted to mention also it is May 25th, so we're a little bit late. I could have planted these probably 2 weeks ago because the weather's been good enough, but my schedule, everything we had going on, I just didn't have time. Got the first one. Now our sweet 100 plants are a little bit bigger, you'll see here in just a second. This one was still in the small seed cup. I didn't transplant it into a 1 gallon container. Now our sweet 100s, about 2 weeks ago I put them in a 1 gallon container, and you'll get to see how big they are. Okay, here's our first sweet 100. And a quick tip, if you grow plants in pots, if you'll put some leaves right around the top of the pot like this, it'll keep them from drying out a lot more. Whenever I have plants like this, and at least a 1 gallon pot or bigger, I try to put leaves or even pull some weeds or grass put around them, and that keeps them from drying out as bad. All right, we're going to dig down in here and make a hole. Plant this tomato plant in. I just love this soil, such good shape. I mean, part of that's compost that we put down, but okay. 1/2 tablespoon, another 1/2 tablespoon. Just mix that up a little. Okay, you'll be able to see how much bigger this Sweet 100 is than the one we just planted. I can get him in here. And we'll pack this soil around it. I'm just going to throw a few leaves around in here. Help keep that moisture in until we can get some rain. Of course, everybody knows leaves are nature's mulch. If you're going to mulch something, mulch it with leaves. Don't go buy some mulch at a big box store. Leaves are free. They're regenerative. They're a waste product. And they do a great job. The earthworms love them, and the microbes love them. I'm going to go ahead and, I had a piece of bamboo in that. I'm just going to stick it in here, just in case we get some winds. Once this plant gets big enough to reach the cage, then I won't worry about it any, but for now, that'll help keep him upright. All right, that's plant number 2. Let's go on to number 3. Hey, let's get tomato plant number 3 going here. Tablespoon of fat guano, BioLive, and feather meal in here. And I can see earthworms down in there. Pull my bamboo out. I took these out of the 4-pack, the little seed starter cups, about 2 weeks ago. I want you to look at all the leaves on these, or leaves, the roots on these. In 2 weeks' time, they have filled these 1-gallon pots up, and they have grown over a foot. Okay, get this compost down around him good. And we'll put some leaves around him. Help hold that moisture in. Go ahead and stick a little piece of bamboo in here just to help keep him upright until he gets big enough. Okay, that's 3 down. Let's go to number 4. Last but not least. quite dig down deep enough for that one, but that's okay. Push some of this compost up around it. All right. Okay, well that's the last one. So, our monster tomato grow for 2023 is officially on the way. I'm going to put this little piece of bamboo on it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.